we're trying to record this class so that people can go back and watch it. So somebody's got their mic turned on.
No, Jeff just coughed, and when you talk, it automatically turns your picture on.
Now we can't hear her.
Nope.
Yeah, she muted.
Can you hear her now?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start. This is the fast fold class, and we're going to go through the whole, our whole repertoire of fast folds and the different things you can do with them. I'm going to show you samples. We're going to actually do a little bit of sewing here. Well, actually, Stephanie's going to do a little bit of sewing, and we'll see how far we get. So the fast folds, automatically, they all look like this. I'm going to pick the biggest one so it's easiest to see. Can we see that?
Raise it up some.
Well, you might want it on the fabric though, right?
Well, I'm learning it. I don't have a big picture on this phone.
Oh, okay. Is it a close-up, Steph?
It'll be in half a second.
Okay. So
you can't see it very good on the fabric.
Move it over.
Okay, move it over here. As I'm using it, you'll be able to see it. But that's what a fast fold looks like. And our set includes what?
I was going to say, hold it up to your shirt. It's got a black background.
There, yeah, take a picture of my chest. There.
She always said he was a boot guy.
Not supposed to spread that around. Anyway, so the fast folds automatically fold your fabric as you are pressing it so you don't burn your fingers. But they also have markings on them for binding techniques, different binding techniques, and they also have a 45-degree angle, so you can use it to cut your binding apart when you're sewing your pieces together. And also you have an etched line right here, if you can see it. And that etched line is a 1/4 inch. So you lay the etched line on your stitching, and then you just take your rotary cutter and you cut off. So, and then this is a point turner too. So we have a lot of different uses. I like tools that have a lot of different uses, instead of buying one tool to do one thing and then have a million of them that you can't find. So we're going to start with cutting strips or cutting squares and the tools that you can use to perfect that. And what I use, it's called a automatic or adjustable quilt strip ruler. And how it works is this orange piece right here slides back and forth, and I can cut different widths automatically without having to remeasure each time. So I'm going to start with a 2.5 inch strip, which is most people, I'd say probably about 80% of them, cut their strips 2.5 inches when they're going to bind a quilt, when they're going to do a strip quilt, when you're going to do a rug, a strip rug. What are those called? Okay, so I've got my ruler, my orange, marked up or lined up with the 2.5. No, it's the 2. I have to go to the half. Excuse me. I'm really bad at measuring. This is not.
So is Dave.
Yes, Dave is really, really bad. You got that there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have it at the 2.5 inch mark, and I'm going to clamp these down a little bit. Now, I'm not going to do it really, really tight because you'll crack your ruler if you do that. But get them both lined up here, and you can line it up all the way down. There's 3 markings for you to line up with. So let me get this one. I'm going to adjust my other one again. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Righty-tighty. Okay. Put that one. So we're going to adjust it. We're only going to do it once, and I'm going to be able to cut my strips to bind my quilt or whatever project that I'm currently working on that I'm need strips. Okay, so now we have a piece of, it's almost like sandpaper on the back that grips your fabric really, really well. So it doesn't slide. And we have a finger guard, which I will show you right here. So I can't, or I shouldn't be able to cut my finger. Some people are very talented and they can defy everything. I don't have that quite where I want it. It's usually not this difficult, honest, but. Okay, so we're at 2.5 inches. No, we're not. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna lay that right on my fabric. I've already squared my fabric up. I'm gonna lay that, and the orange is gonna butt right up against to the edge of the fabric right here. And I'm gonna take my rotary cutter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut my strip.
Excuse me, G, who makes the ruler? Mark's asking.
Off the Wall Quilt makes the ruler. I sell them. I'll give you our special pricing for this event, this class. But if you know Julie and Rick Luma, can never pronounce it right. But anyway, they own Off the Wall Quilts. It used to be PM Quilting. And Off the Wall Quilt bought PM Quilting about 2.5 or a year and a half ago or so. So, but that's who makes it now. So this is my strip.
And voice quality, very good today.
Thank you. I'm glad that you can hear us.
Did you say hair and voice quality?
Hair is very good.
That's what I thought you said.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my next. See, I just have to put it down. I don't have to measure. I'm just going to slide it up right against there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut again. And there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my fast fold for this because Steph is going to go ahead and help me with binding a quilt. My blade is good. I don't understand what's going on here. Okay, so the first set, or the first fast fold that we have is binding only, okay? And that is not in the set. It is a standalone product. And what it is it gives you 2 different sizes for people that cut. Where are we going?
No, I was pointing that the camera's actually up here. Everybody tends to look at the middle of the phone when the camera's over here.
Okay, so
You're fine.
okay.
We're
So
going to put a sticker on it, G, because I do it all the time.
Okay, so I'm supposed to look at this thing right here,
You
right?
just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll try to keep
You'll work
up.
around me?
I'll try to keep up.
Okay.
I make no guarantees.
So this particular one we introduced a couple of weeks ago on the show. If you cut your binding 2.5 inches or 2.25 inches, this is the tool that you want. It's binding only, and it gives you the little etched marks here in order to line up your binding at the bottom so that it finishes off perfectly, okay? And a few of you probably already have this tool. It's not included in the set. Okay, so I cut this 2.5 inches, so I am going to use my 1.25 inch slot in order to press it. So I'm going to put this down. We'll go through the pricing on the different rulers.
I'm typing some in now.
Oh, good. Okay. Do you have the list?
Yeah.
Because I have a second list for this show.
Well, I don't have that list, but I'm putting in the ones for the strip rulers.
Okay. Yeah, those are correct, but we have some package things too. Okay, so I have a wool mat here. You're probably going to have an ironing board, which will, you know, you'll have a bigger surface to work with. Let me get this out of the way. But I'm going to take my 2.5 inch strip. And actually, Steph should sew these together. We need 2, right, to do this?
To do what?
To do the little thing.
No, I only just need 1.
Oh, okay. So we're going to have, you don't have to sew it together. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to put this fabric face down on my mat. And I am going to just be doing this in half. That's the way most people do their binding. They press it in half and then apply it to their quilt. Just give it a good little press here. Now, when I'm feeding this through, it's going to be like a belt buckle. And I want to make sure that whatever size I'm using is closest to my body. I'm using the 1.25 inch, so I have it pointing down this way. If I were doing the 1 1/8 inch, I would have it this way, okay? You have better control that way. So there's my first tip and trick. We're going to put it through like a belt buckle, just like that. Now, I use fork pins, and the reason why is because it gives me better tension on the fabric when I am pressing it. I'm going to put 2 pins in here. We sell the fork pins. They're normally $9. We have them, let me make sure I get this correct. We have them for $7, but we also have them as part of a deal, and I'll tell you about that as a whole package kind of thing. So here we go. My hands never get close to the iron. I'm not going to burn myself. My plastic doesn't melt, and all I have to do is just slide this down a little bit and take my iron and get it started like that, and then just like this. Whoops, I got myself off there. That doesn't usually happen. It's nerves. There we go. So now Susan Freeman, right? She said she did 400 inches of binding last week with the fast fold. It went really fast. She never burnt herself once. And I've got lots of scars from burns over the years. And probably you ladies do too, and gentlemen. But here we go. No burning of fingers, no having, if you're doing this on an ironing board, you don't have to stop so many times because you have more room. There we go. Finish it off. Huh? What'd you say?
I thought Mark was trying to say something.
Mark, did you want to say something?
No, he's just been sitting there the whole time, scowling, running through backgrounds, getting halos. He's at a photo, what do they call that, publicity shot, up for a while. Very, very handsome picture at some point in time in his life.
Okay, so I folded my binding.
He's giving you this, Dave.
Yeah, so the problem I have is that instead of the iPhone being full screen
Yeah.
you're a little spot up in the corner, and I'm watching people. And for example, Mark was just picking his nose.
Okay, I'm going to take this over to Steph, and Steph is going to actually put it on a.
So if anybody's trying to get into the room and I'm over here sewing, well, just pretend that you're in the room.
Can they hear you even if they're not in the room?
Well, I don't know, but we're just.
This is our first time.
It is.
And the problem is, out of the laptop, they can see me filming.
My machine is off apparently.
Gee, what the hell?
I
thought
don't
you
know.
had
It's
to-
unplugged
Who
Who
unplugged it?
unplugged it?
I did,
Well, why would you do that?
because I needed a plug.
Okay, so what do we
I'll get
unplug?
I don't know, we got too many plugs on here.
Oh, I'll put it
Unplug
behind.
my laptop.
No, I'll just unplug this, we're not using it.
Yes, we are.
That's my iron and everything,
And the light.
Dave. No,
Okay,
you
I'll-
have to plug that one back in. I'll plug the computer over here.
Oh my gosh, Dave, you're really screwing shit up.
What did you just unplug now?
I unplugged the USB hub. That's what I thought I was unplugging before.
But you're plugged into that for charging, aren't you?
No,
This is a.
I'm making a complaint to the union. And
Oh.
let me tell you, the
Okay.
Studio Actors Guild is not a union to be messed with.
You have to wait for, it's like a computer, you know. And it has to sing to you. You can actually change that sound, but boy, it's slow.
I think you must have been eating some things here.
Hey, stop it. You're messing with the. Okay, here,
Thanks.
you're welcome. I don't think that's gonna be long enough.
Are you really thinking it's not?
Yeah, I'm really thinking it's not.
Well,
Are you questioning Miss Stephanie's
Gee.
judgment?
Here,
can you whip up another one?
yes, here, put them together first, though. So this is the way you put your binding together.
Did you guys practice it at all or go through,
We thought we had it.
We were winging it.
Yeah.
We're wingers. From way back.
that's an understatement.
Not swingers, wingers.
So Steph doesn't mark her, when she puts them together, her binding,
Because I wing it.
because she wings it. Some of you may mark it, and I'll show you how to do that with
Probably
the
most people do.
fast fold. You having trouble with the speed on my machine? What's going on here?
Hey, man, I'm not used to this machine.
There we go. So now we've joined the two pieces together. So now we'll get to use the other features of the fast fold. Thank you. Don't go away. So we have a line of stitching right here. And if we take our 45-degree angle and see my etched line right there, I lay it right on the stitching, kind of centered on there since it's not quite as wide as this, but that works. And just take your rotary cutter. And now we're matched
Margot
very
says
nicely.
the audio and video are amazing.
Well, good. We did it right one for once. Now we probably want to get our little dog ears. They call them dog ears. I call them bunny ears because I'm a bunny person. So we can just do that. But see, this little tool comes in really handy for a lot of different things. Probably shouldn't try to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Hey, you're aiming right at your hand.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so, and then I'm going to press this. Since I'm right-handed, I'm going to press this to the left. If you're left-handed, you're going to press it to your right. But I'm still unplugged here or something. What's going on?
It's all Dave's fault.
I know.
Where's the other end of the cord?
I don't know. You must have.
It's plugged into there, which is plugged into there.
It's plugged in.
It's not. My light isn't on. There.
Is it hot?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's. It's, you know, nothing changes with us. It doesn't matter if it's a class or a show. It's.
It doesn't
You
really
know,
matter.
it's
We're
a-
gonna screw it up one way or
Yeah.
another.
It's a good thing all of you people are bored. Otherwise, this wouldn't be nearly as entertaining.
Well, we have a lot of fun when we sew here.
I can see Jeff. He's smiling away.
Well, good.
Jeff, I love you. He knows I love him.
And you can say that because your husband isn't here. Okay, so here's
I
my.
could say it even if my husband was here. I don't give a rat's rear end.
Okay, this is the, yes, this is.
I say what I want.
Oh, I'm going on the wrong.
You do this. You do this
100
literally
times.
thousands of times a year.
Right, and I turned it for some reason.
Turn on a camera and everything just goes out the window.
Yeah, my head just doesn't work sometimes.
You know,
Most of the
I
time.
think if I could get Zoom on this screen on the sewing machine, it would be most awesome.
You can on the newer ones because they have Wi-Fi on them.
Dave, we need some newer ones.
We need a new machine so we can do Wi-Fi. Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna be good. Our iron fits right in the V right there, okay? And it pushes it along nice and even. And there we go. See how fast that is? I go back and forth a few times because we want to get that crease in there really good. Not necessarily for binding as much as for bias tape. And we're going to go through all those things too. Because let's face it, we got 2 whole hours together today. Are we lucky or what? So.
I always learn something when I watch you sew.
Well, good. I always learn something when I watch you.
That's it. That's the beauty of
That's
the whole
right.
thing.
I don't learn anything.
You
Oh,
don't
you're gonna
But,
wait till
but,
Wednesday.
that's more a function of my lack of brain power than actually anything else.
So yes, on Stitch and Bitch Day, Dave is going to join us, and he's going to learn. Well, he says he's going to start his own another YouTube or not YouTube channel. Well, maybe
A Facebook group.
group where he's going to learn how to quilt. You have to go to Men Quilters. What's the name of that group that Rob Appel has?
Yeah, I'm not joining a group. I'm starting my own.
What, for people that have no clue? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
The clueless quilters.
yes, you could be the head of
I'm
that.
pretty sure that we should all be in that group.
Yes,
Go ahead, Dave, start it. We'll join.
we'll all join. Yeah. What did I do? Oh, this was already done. That's why. Okay, so I was going to say something went wrong here. We're good. Okay, so we're all evened up here, and we're ready to put
This
it on.
doesn't look like it's very big.
But it's big enough.
apparently.
Okay, so now Steph is gonna sew it on and show you how she does her corners. We have a binding class coming up called Badass Binding on September the 13th. I hope you all brought pens and pencils with you. Because we give a lot of,
Okay.
information here. So just
So
give
we're
me
gonna-
enough tail.
We're gonna leave her enough tail.
Yeah.
I
forgot to cut my tail off last time. That's what the problem was. And everybody caught it but me.
Okay. So now I normally cut my binding 2 1/4. Because I hate a binding that isn't full.
It isn't what?
Full.
Well, the 2 1/2 is bigger than the 2 1/4.
Right, so it'll be empty.
Huh?
You know, your batting and stuff doesn't go clear to the end.
Oh, okay. I see.
So now I'm stopping 1/4 inch before the end. Couple stitches backwards and forwards.
You eyeballing it?
Oh yeah, my bone.
I have to measure. I do it with my little 1/4 inch seam allowance thingy on my fast
Then-
fold.
When you get here, you're gonna want to take your binding and fold it upright, and this will make the perfect 45-degree angle. And I give it a little finger press there. And then when you fold it back down, you're gonna want to make sure that the fold lines up with the edge of the quilt right here. Because otherwise, if you leave it too long, then it's gonna monkey up your corner.
What was that sound?
I'm guessing the gimbal farted.
Oh, no. It was the never mind. It's a ruler. It's a ruler with some plastic on it. That's our story. We're sticking to it.
My Lord.
Look how beautiful her binding is. Mine doesn't look like that.
Okay, couple little back stitches here. Cut your threads. All right, and again, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just folding that binding up,
Are you guys getting a good picture of this, Wave, if you can see what she's doing okay?
cut the
Okay, good. So
finger
everybody can
press,
see it because it doesn't look like
and-
a good angle.
put.
So you doubting my superior camera skills?
Yeah.
That's complaint number 2 to the union.
Oh, goodness.
There is a union.
And I have to take this from the talent.
Oh, yeah. Talent, that's us. We're on it like Blue Bonnet.
She's got a new term she loves. So once she gets around to the other side, what happened?
It's running out of juice. It's supposed to be fully charged.
Do we need to plug it in?
We might.
He's got a limp on him there for a minute. Well,
I thought you said we were supposed to keep some things private.
but it was the whatever this thing is called.
Sure, that's what your story.
Okay.
All right, so we've got this corner and one more to go, and then G will perform magic.
Yeah, if I forget to cut it, people remind me. Unmute yourselves. Yeah. Yeah, something's not right there. Should we take it out of the
No,
gimbal?
it's, I'm doing something wrong.
Not you.
I'm not qualified to do this job.
Neither are we.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to take the Badass Binding class that Steph is going to be teaching on the 13th, I think it is. Did I
It's
say
gonna be
that?
some cool binding.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of a long class because she has a lot of different techniques as far as decorative binding and stuff like that. So
Hey, Dusty went clear to Idaho to get a sample.
a sample. Well, he went to get everything.
Yeah, but there is a quilt there that has some awesome
Binding
fish
techniques.
scale binding.
What's a fishtail binding?
Fish scale.
What is that?
It's very cool.
Okay, we're going to be. I didn't know the camera's on me. Fish scale bindings. Why isn't it on me when she is doing her thing?
Because you started talking when she was To me, this is not that interesting.
Well, okay, but it is to some people.
Here, G.
Thanks. Okay, so now we have our binding put on, and we're gonna join up our binding at the bottom of our quilt. So here's the bottom of our quilt. I'm gonna put a mark here to designate the center of my quilt. I'm gonna take my binding tool. If I can find out what I did with it. Here it is, right here. Okay, so there's two sets of hash marks on this tool. Let's go this way. Okay, so the one that's closest to this end is if you are cutting your binding 2 1/4 inches. What's wrong? Did somebody say something?
Margo says the video and sound is amazable.
Amazables.
And Mark just said we need a laugh track.
We need a laugh track? Okay. Okay, so this is the one I'm using because we cut our binding 2 1/2 inches. So we're gonna use this little one. It's the furthest away there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our binding here. And if I can remember what the heck I'm doing, I am gonna, there we go. I'm gonna mark that. Actually line that up straight, and I'm going to mark that, okay? And now I'm going to take this binding and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to fold it back to that second line right there, and I'm going to mark that right there. Now, this is the part that you need to cut, because if you don't cut it, it doesn't go together correctly. Did I do it right? Did everybody watch? Somebody wave if I did it right.
How would they know?
They're quilters. They know.
You're
Okay,
the one.
good.
You're the one doing the class.
Well, I know, but
Well, I
they,
don't think you're supposed to cut that off.
yeah, you are. Okay, so this, I believe, goes face up. This one goes face down like this. I'm gonna pin it just to get it over to Steph. You're gonna have to move over to the machine.
Oh, I didn't
again,
know I
so-
was sewing again.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, goodness.
And she'll know where to,
Oh, wing it.
yeah, she's gonna sew directly from this
But you
corner
could show
here.
them how they're gonna mark with their doodad.
Okay, I'll show you how to mark it with your doodad, okay? So you're gonna go from this corner here to this corner under here. Well, let's do it this way. There, that's gonna give you about the right deal. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna go across here and like that. She's gonna sew on that line. Oops, that's not the right pin. Okay. Did I do it right, guys? It's gonna come out right, right?
Everybody says yes.
Nobody's saying anything.
Well, they're shaking their heads. They're bobbing their.
Okay.
And you guys can feel free to unmute yourselves if you need to yell at G and say, "Whoa, stop! You're making it."
Yeah, if I'm
Mistake.
making a mistake, I wish you'd catch it, because, you know,
I'm sewing.
I know how to
stuff.
use the goodies.
Oh,
I just,
forgot to turn. I turned this off.
what did you turn off?
This sewing machine.
Why?
I didn't remember I was going to need to sew again.
Oh, okay.
Did you really mark that the right way?
Yes.
She says
Okay.
yes. We'll see in a minute, won't we? Because
Okay.
last time it was a disaster.
Yeah.
I got it right, she said.
I watched to make sure she did it right. She's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
you have
so
no clue what we're
full of
doing.
crap, Dave. You don't know.
What's, oh,
I'm waiting for this.
there.
Super face.
She's not familiar with my buttons yet.
I know how to
And it's
push
an
it.
old machine.
Yeah, but I've never had a baby lock in my life.
Oh, I love Baby Lock.
Well, I might.
We have
love it
Baby Lock
too.
lovers there? Nope, nobody?
I think Mark's a baby lock guy.
Are you a Baby Lock guy, Mark? Yes, he is. No, down? Yes, up. Yeah.
I think everybody should just turn their mics on and let's have a free for all.
Well, my eyes aren't, I need a big screen TV for all these. Okay, watch the magic. Did I do it right? Yay, I did it. Perfect. So the
So-
tools work.
Yeah, so all you're gonna have to do is trim this little bit off. And you have a tool
There you
to
go.
do that.
So we're gonna cut this. Just line up our stitches on the etched line. And it should just pop right into place, and it does, and it's perfect. Look at that, isn't that nice? So now you have a binding tool, you have a folding tool, and you have the 1/4" seam allowance that I use for the corners. She eyeballs it, so, but now she can go ahead and finish binding this. So that's how the binding.
5 baby lock people, and Kathy Lacer just said she just got a new baby lock.
What did she get?
Well, I don't know, but she'll probably type me.
Well, good. Okay, so that's the binding tool. It's standalone. It is not in the set. It's normally $9.99, and we have it for $8.49. Well, it's backwards.
Well, but there's a difference between holding it still like this and doing this.
Okay, they get the idea. Okay, so that's how that works. Now we're going to talk about binding with flanges. Steph is going to cover all the other stuff, but I really like binding with flanges. If I can find them here. I have all these different piles of stuff. Let's see.
Behind the scenes at a quilting class.
Yes. Okay, so I did. You're going to still have to come up closer.
I'm coming.
Okay. So this is a binding with a flange and the flange is on the straight of grain. Okay. And we have one with the binding on the bias, or the little flange on the bias, so you get a different look. I think this kind of look would be cute for children's quilts, Christmas quilts, that kind of thing. This is, I think, more traditional looking, and it's more, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so the way you do these is you're going to take, to do the flange, you're going to take a 1/2" strip. I happen to have one here on the bias. This is a 1/2 inch, never mind. It'd take a 1/2 inch strip. No, that's not right. Yes, it is. 1/2 inch strip. Okay. And you're going to fold it in half. Wait, let's get it together here. And now it's a 1/2 inch wide. And then we're going to take our 1/2 inch bias tape maker little thingy here, which is right here. This is part of the set, okay? The first one in the set is a 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. So I can make 1/2 inch flanges. I can make 1/4 inch bias tape, or just 1/4 inch strips. And then I can do little small bindings for art quilts, because I have my little etched lines here that'll match everything up. Or I can do little bindings on, if you do doll clothes or anything, bound armholes, and also decorative trim. So the way this goes is just how we did the binding, except smaller. Let me get myself situated here. I'm going to be like Eleanor Burns. Okay, there we go. Strip and throw it on the floor. Put that one away. Okay, so I always put my raw edges up to the top. I'm going to be putting this through here. And again, this is on the bias. So we're going to be a little careful, because bias strips do have a tendency to stretch, and then they don't go back to their normal thing. I'm going to use 1 fork pin. I told you the fork pins are normally 9 and we have them for 7. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Each one of these tools is available individually. We're going to have a really good special on the whole kit though. So here we go. And all you have to do is just move it along. See how fast that is, instead of having to stop and fold and press and stop and fold and press. All we have to do is do it in 2 little runs here. Now we're going to show you some tricky stuff too. Okay, so this is for bias binding. And there we go. And we're done. Nice and fast. Now, in order to do these, I think these strips should be 1 1/4 each. Let's see. 1. Yeah, 1 1/4, perfect. Take 2 of these strips. One, you're going to put face up. You're going to line your raw edges of your little flange here, right there. It's kind of like doing one in a pillowcase. Then we're going to take our other strip. We're going to put it face down. We're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam here, and this is what we're going to get when we pull those back and we go ahead and press them. Okay. Did I make that clear to everybody? Nudge your head, no. Well, no, that would be shake your head, no. Okay, good, we're good. Okay, so that's how you do a flange. You're just gonna cut your binding. If you're doing it 2 1/2 inches, you're gonna just cut 2 strips 1 1/4 inches. And with the flange, it's gonna come out to your 2 1/2 inch binding. So that's how that works. So the next thing we're gonna do is 1/4 inch bias tape. And this is the one that's my nemesis. What, we have a question?
Well, before you start that, somebody, I think what they wanted to see was the rulers, the strip rulers, side by side, so they could see the sizes.
Okay, sure. We have 3 sizes of strip rulers. We're going to start with the largest one here. This one is gives you up to 10 1/2 inches across and 23 1/2 inches down. So I can make, is somebody asking a question?
No,
Or the mic just on?
Yeah, I just shut it off.
Okay, so I can make 10-inch, perfect 10-inch squares. And I'm gonna do it with the 6 1/2 inch ruler and show you how I do my 6 1/2 inch squares. But this is, you can do up to 10 1/2 inch squares and cut them perfectly, or strips. This is probably the most common ruler right here. This one is 6 1/2 inches by 23 1/2. And the smallest one is called the mini, and this is perfect for people with limited space and that may live in an apartment or an RV. You would just take your fabric and lay it out and then go this way, you know, fold it in half this way so that you're cutting four layers at a time. But this one is 6 1/2 by 14 inches. So those are the 3 sizes. The prices are normally, we'll start with this one. This one's normally $29.99. We have it on special alone for $24.99. If you purchase it with the whole set of the fast folds, you're going to get a phenomenal deal. Okay, we'll get to that pricing later. This one is normally $49.99. You're going to get $10 off. It's $39.99 here for this class. And then it's going to be additional off if you buy it with the fast fold. And then the biggest one, this one right here, is normally $79.99, and we have it $20 off at $59.99. So those are the 3.
I was wrong.
What? They didn't want that? Okay. Okay, forget what I just said.
She wanted to see the 2 different flanges side by side.
Oh, the flanges. Okay, so
I'm sorry.
that's okay. We got the rulers out of the way. Flanges. Okay, here we go. There's the one that's on the bias. And here's the one that's on the straight of grain. And I did it purposefully with the stripes so you could see the difference. You probably wouldn't do it on the bias unless there was some kind of interest in the fabric itself, you know, decorative interest or something, because otherwise it's pretty hard not to stretch that. So I wouldn't do that unless you want that particular look. So that's how that works, if it works at all. So here we go. I'm going to do bias tape now, and I'm going to do 1/4 inch. Now, we do have this, the 1/4 inch bias tape is included in the set. That's the first size in the set. We have one size smaller than this one that is not included in the set because it would be very rare that anybody would go down to 1/8 of an inch, I believe. We keeping you awake? There we go. But you can buy the smaller one separately, and I'll show you that as soon as I can find it. So I'm going to do the 1/4 inch bias, and this is the kind of things you can do it with it. The Celtic knot, because there's a lot of curves in there, and you can do that. You don't have to get that close. Just, and I have some other examples here, but let me go ahead and show you how it works. This is, when you're doing bias this small, you're going to be doing it the opposite way of a double fold, a normal double fold, okay? So here's my, it's on the bias. I'm going to just fold here and here. And I'm going to get a couple inches pressed. Just like that. Let's get a little bit more in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to lay this face down in my palm like this, and I'm going to feed it through the 1/4 inch holes right here. I'm going to make sure the holes are closest to my body. I'm going to feed it through like this, like a belt buckle. I'm going to go back down, and I'm going to secure this to my ironing surface with my fork pin. Now, bias tape, as I told you, stretches really easily. So you're going to be very careful. I think I've lost a fork pin. There it is. Okay, I'm going to pull this down gently so I can get my iron in there. And as you watch, and if I can catch it right, am I catching it? No, I'm not. Shoot. There we go. Nope, I didn't catch it.
This is when cursing happens.
This is when cursing happens, yes. And when I'm not on camera, I can get it every single time. I practiced yesterday, probably for an hour, and not one boo-boo. And I get on camera and whammo.
Well, that's just so skinny.
It is skinny, but usually I'm really, really on it. There we go. That's why I say if you want 1/8 of an inch, you're really going to have to work at it.
And I've seen actually people make jewelry with such fine, they use it and they do like different types of knots and things to make jewelry with that real narrow stuff.
Okay.
It's more than I would ever want to do, but.
Now see, it's working. Let's see if I can keep it that way. There we go. And let's do that. And it worked when I did that. It's unbelievable. Okay, so. No, it didn't. We might have to come back to this one when I'm
Less agitated.
yeah.
Yeah, well, if you just let a few 4-letter words slip out.
Okay, because I'm going to show you the one I did yesterday.
Which is perfect.
Which is perfect, right. See how it meets in the back, in the center perfectly? I got the shakes today though. Okay, so there's my 1/4 inch bias tape that I did yesterday perfectly, and by the end of this class, I'm going to have it down. So that's all there is to it. Now, so what I did is I took a 1/2 inch and then I took a 1/4 inch and I stacked them. So I have a little bit of a trim look here, or a decorative trim. I've also done some decorative stitching on the smaller. Now, when you do decorative stitching on fabric, you have to stabilize it. That's all there is to it, because there's a lot of stitches that go in there. On this particular one, I used a water-soluble stabilizer. Though another one I'm going to show you, I used a tearaway stabilizer. So it depends on what you're actually doing and how wide your path is. What's wrong?
Turn that light back on. Or
No,
did it get
plugged in.
unplugged? Oh, oh. No wonder you can't see nothing.
Here, let's see if I can.
It's
There's
further.
a circle thing. in the
If it's
middle.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Is that better? Can everybody see now?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
good. Okay. There
Let me
we go.
show this stuff again. When I was filming you, it was awfully dark.
Oh, so I should try this again? Now watch, it'll go this time. How does that look? So practice makes perfect. You'd think I'd have enough practice. There we go.
Yeah, but I mean, how often do you use that teeny tiny one? Not overly.
Well, a lot of people do applique and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true. Hey, you get busy and get some done. We'll use some of it during their applique class.
Well, I have a lot of it made up, you know,
Well,
but
we are gonna need a lot
okay. Let's see if that'll work.
that we can use up. Margot said she would have to practice a lot.
What did I do with the tool? There it is. It's going to be a good day.
I think you were doing this one upside down the other day,
I was.
and you were doing them right side up.
No, the fold always goes to the back on the bias and it goes to the top on the straight of grain.
Come on, Steph, everybody knows that.
Oh, sure.
Well, no, not unless you know what, you know.
I was just saying, because I thought that there was one that gave you a couple of issues, and then
Yeah, this is the one that gave me the issues.
just go really slow, Judy.
Okay, can you see it? And there it goes. And there is perfect 1/4-inch binding.
She gets so crazy.
Yes, I do. Okay, so there, let me show you the back so I can prove that it matches up in the center in the back. See that? Are we getting it? Can you see it good, Steph? Or can anybody see
I
it?
can't,
You're out of the camera.
well, I can't get the camera really close enough to,
Well, you're
then
too
you
close.
misspoke.
Is that too close? Okay, so it's there. I did it. It's perfect. So that's your bias tape. So that can be used for all kinds of different trims. And what I did with this knot, just to let you know, is I went on the internet and put in Celtic knots and found this and printed it off and then just used this as my guide under my light board, or actually on the light board under the fuse mat. So that's how we came up with that. And then I used, there's some things you need to know. Okay, so I used Roxanne's glue basted to temporarily baste it on there prior to, I haven't sewn it yet, it's still on there. But this has 2 different applicator tips that when you're doing small things like this and you want to, so we have a really tiny tip on this end, which is kind of gummed up, but you can tell I use it. And then we have the big tip on the other end that, so depending on, you know, what size of project you're using, but this
Sometimes
is,
she gets a little carried away.
yeah, I get kind of messy. Anyway, so this is normally $11.90 and we have it for $9.90. And then when you're working with this glue, I would suggest that you use a pair of tweezers. And if you buy our Big Kid Have It All deal, you'll get the tweezers for free in the package. And they're beautiful tweezers, really thin, easy to work with. If you're working with glue, you don't want to get it all over your hands or your fingernails or your face or wherever, you know. So anyway, So we went through all of the little accessories that we're using.
And if
So,
your beard is out of control, you can use those tweezers.
yeah, that hurts. Just shave it off, you know. So anyway, we did the bias tape 1/4 inch. We can do bias tape 1/2 inch the same way. So we're going to use the second slot here. Now, if you wanted to use, so we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Get it started there. This is going to be closest to my body, these right here, and I'm just going to use like a belt buckle, go up, go back down. I wonder what I do with these pins. There we go. Fork pin. Gets nice down in there. And then all you have to do is pull it down. And here's a bias trim that you can use on a, oh, dang. So it pulls it to the back. If you do it slow, it'll work a lot better than me trying to do it fast, but at least you get the idea. And this would be a trim that, again, if the fabric has an interesting design on it that looks different when you do it on a 45-degree angle versus a straighter grain, you're going to get a different look. What's the look on your face? Oh, nothing? Okay. So now we're going to move up to mask straps and spaghetti straps for dresses and things like that. So the next fast fold up is the, I'll show you what you can do with this one here. So this is the 3/4 inch, 3/8 inch one. And if you start with, this is 1.5 inches, I've cut these strips, okay? And get this one out of the way. This is perfect. This one is perfect for mask straps. It might be a little small. You might want to go up to the next step because it might irritate behind the ear or something. But also spaghetti straps, little straps for doll dresses, really tiny binding for art quilts, that kind of thing. So the first thing we're going to do is, if you're going to do binding, you're going to do it in half like that. If you're going to do 2 folds to the center and use it as kind of a trim, we're going to do this. We're going to run it through. Do I have the right size? I don't have the right size. This must have been 1/2 inch. Let's try this.
Unique.
Yeah, just here.
I have
Works the same way.
Mark is in here 2 times.
Is he watching on 2 devices, or did he leave and come back? Or
Not really sure.
maybe there's 2 of him. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to bridge the 2 pieces. And all we're going to do is just pull this down, press as we go. No stopping to press one side or press it in half and then put the 2 sides to the center. It's just going to fold it as we go and press it right in half. Whoops, don't do that. So what you can do with this, if you have some very interesting fabric, you can use it as a trim on a sleeve, on a hem, on a dress, on doll clothes, whatever. You do it one more time and you've got a really tiny spaghetti strap as you go through, and it's going to give you the 1/4 inch. So let's do that.
Somebody want to know why you're doing it upside down.
Why I'm doing what upside down?
I don't know. I couldn't.
If you're doing bias, the fabric folds to the back. If you're doing straighter grain, the fabric folds to the top.
Why the difference?
It doesn't work. For some reason, the bias won't work going up the top. It only works going through the bottom. I can't.
I mean, Stephanie's supposed to be reading these comments.
Well,
Hey,
she's watching the show. Okay, so here's my 1/4 inch I'm going to put through here. Perfect for your little spaghetti straps for dresses and ties for drawstring bags, little drawstring bags. The bigger the bag, you might want to move up a little bit, but there we go with our fork pin. Secure it really good. Pull this down. And there we go. And just get out of your way. Don't burn yourself because, you know, get a lot of heat in there so we get a good crease. Metallic fabric holds the heat, so be careful not to burn yourself. I've done that quite a few times since this is the fabric I used to demo with. And there you go. There's a 1/4 inch little strap. A trim on a quilt or any kind of thing you want to do. Okay, so that's the 3/8. No, that's still back to, I have to find that 3/8 inch and 3/4 inch. I cut the fabric on this. Okay, I'm going to show you some straps that I've done on bags by using 2 different fabrics. So these are straps, there's no stabilizer or anything in here, just fabric. But if you want to make padded straps, I'm going to do one of those here with 2 different fabrics, but this has got batting in it. And so it's got a nice little padding for the shoulder. And then we have another one that's a little bit thicker. If I figure out what I did with it. Here it is. Here's another strap. Let's see, did I make them the same size? Yeah, I did. So this is probably 1.25 inch finished size for a strap for a bag. You can either do it this way or you can do it double like this. But they're padded and they're nice, and we can run those through the fast fold, and I'll show you that next. So where's the fabric that I cut? Oh, I'm going to show you this too because this is cool. So these are with decorative things. This is done with metallic thread. I did a stabilizer, tearaway stabilizer in there, but then you can run it through your fast fold afterwards, and you have nice trims for different projects. You can make belts. This is a rickrack on a double folded. This we started off with 6 inches of this, and we're down to 3 inches. But so there's so many things. We are going to be doing a class on guitar straps and belts because we can make them, the guitar straps. You see this right here going down the center? We can do a fast fold and then have this design going down a guitar strap, or you can personalize one or those kind of things. There's just so many things. Yeah. There's so many things you can do with fast folds. We're coming out with a set for straps only. I was able to do these and run them through the fast fold, but it's not, this is not a double, this is just a single, and I'll show you that right now. If I can find where I cut out my fabric.
You better start throwing things on the floor.
I know, here, let's do that. I'm trying to figure out where here, we'll do this one. Actually, no, let's do this. I thought I had it cut. Maybe I do someplace. It's down here. We're going to be showing you the Rug Master. And we have this pattern for a Bargello rug. And this is a mini one because I live in an RV. I don't need big rugs, you know. So anyway, we're going to be having a class on that. And that is another fast fold that we're going to be coming out with next month. We're putting the finished touches on that one, but that's individual. Your fast folds in your kit go all the way up to 3 inches and 1.5 inches. So this would be your final for your straps for your bags. So let me clear out them. I'm one of the most disorganized people in the world. I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. My husband has to live with it. The sizes, all the sizes that are included with the fast fold kit. You get the 1 1/2, the 1 1/4, which is for the bias binding and tape, 3 1/4 and 3 1/8. Now, the reason why we give you two sizes, the first size is enough for 2 layers of fabric to go through, and the second size is just a little bit wider because sometimes you're doing a second pass through, and it's really hard to get through there if they're the same size. So we give you one size that's narrower. The first size is narrower, and then the second size is thicker to get the more fabric to go through it. So I'm going to cut myself some fabric here, 6 inches wide. And, oh wait. I have cut my fabric 6 inches wide. This might be 5 1/2 inches. Let's see, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 inches. So 5 inches is going to bring us down to 2 1/2 inches on the first fold, right? That's right. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to press this to get it started. And now I'm going to find that big one that I just put down someplace right here. Okay. Closest to your body, fold up, run it through here, and that's the wrong size. It should be the 2 1/2. Same thing. Now watch, the 2 1/2 isn't going to fit. Ah, yes, it does. Go through the second one if you can get it through. There we go. Got a fork pin here. I had another fork pin someplace. There it is. Stuck in the fire. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this, run that like that, and press it. It goes pretty fast. And it doesn't have to be exact because, let's face it, when you're done, it's still going to be the same width. So we're a little off there, but it's going to be okay. So now I'm going to take a piece of batting, and I have this batting here that's fusible on both sides. And this is going to be my strap for my purse. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Then I'm going to put this right inside. Now this is Hobbs batting. It's not 2 1/2 inches, it's 2 1/4 inches because sometimes we get off when we're doing our rugs and things, and just press that like that. Be neat about it. Okay. And now my second pass, or my second deal, is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go through wherever I laid it down. That one's 3 inches. So this is it here. So now my strap is 1 1/4 inches. And it's going to work it. We're going to work it in there. Now we're coming out with a set that's even wider than this, because this is going to be a little snug. But as you can see, as I push that down, it's going to fold it and I'm going to press it. But on this one, I'm not going to do that. I am going to leave it like this. I want a really thick strap to go over my shoulder. And I'm going to take another piece of, let's see if I can find some contrast here. Well, I'll take another piece and I will fold it, but it'll kind of look like that going down the center, maybe even wider. But you get the idea that there's so many things you can do. You can build up and get a whole all different kinds of, you okay there, Steph? All kinds of effects. But this will go like that, and that'll be a 1 1/4 inch.
She's falling asleep.
She falling asleep. Are there any questions or anything as we go? Are we doing okay? Or have I put everybody to sleep?
No, they're shaking their heads, thumbs up.
Okay, so we're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other things that you can do, I'm gonna cut squares now with those.
Well, Carol just fell off the Golden Gate Bridge, but other than that, everybody's fine.
She's laughing. She took a swim. JK. Okay, my ruler.
Pauline's giving you big thumbs up.
Oh, good. Okay, this ruler, I'm gonna bring this down to 6.5 inches. You don't have to get that close.
Everyone's a critic.
I know. Okay, we're gonna bring it down to the 6.5 inches. Tighten it back up.
Mark's only in the room once now.
Oh, he got himself squared away, okay?
Apparently.
So I'm gonna bring my fabric. Here, let's just throw all this on the floor.
That's it. Just
That's
toss it.
it, yes.
Just toss it.
Just toss it.
You know, it worked for Eleanor,
Yes,
throwing things over her shoulder.
stripping, she was stripping.
She was stripping, yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know why it can't work for you too, Jean.
That's right. Well, I don't want to steal her stick, but it works really well. Okay, so I've adjusted my ruler to 6.5 inches. I've got my tape here that's going to keep it from sliding. I'm going to butt the ruler up against the edge of the fabric right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So if you're doing a quilt and you have to cut so many squares the same size, this is perfect, okay? I'm going to turn my fabric this way.
Thank you, Stephanie.
What did she do?
She aimed the fan over here.
Oh, it feels good, yeah.
No kidding.
I'm going to cut this
I'm here
a little
for
bit
guys.
off. Yes, we appreciate it.
Well, I had another complaint
It's
for the
hot.
union.
Why, too hot?
Working conditions.
Okay, so we got our 6.5 inches. I'm going to get this little fold out of here really easily. As soon as I find my cutter. Okay, there we go.
Ugh.
And now I've got my ruler here. And see what I'm doing? I'm butting it up against that end. And my squares are all going to be the same size. This makes life so much easier and faster. And all my squares are the exact same size. Isn't that wonderful? I've got a whole quilt worth of squares now because I had cut some earlier. So that's how you get your, so you can go all the way up to 10.5 inch squares with the bigger ruler, okay? The specials that we have, I'm gonna go through those really quick before I burn the house down. Yeah, burning down the house. So it's kind of like a combination of, depending on if you want a ruler and you want the fast folds, okay? And we're gonna demo a lot more stuff, but I wanna go through this before, you know, people fall asleep on me. We gave you the ruler prices. If you would like the fast fold is normally $49.99. We have it on special for $44.99, which saves you $5, okay? If you would like the fast fold complete set with any one of the rulers, we're going to discount it more. We're going to discount it with the one with the mini strip. If you purchased everything, if you purchased the ruler and the fast folds together, it would be $79.98. We're going to give it to you for $62.50 for the 2 pieces. And if you want to add in the fork pins, the glue basted, and the tweezers, it's going to be $79.40. We're giving you the tweezers for free, okay? If you want the fast fold with the 6.5 and the 23.5-inch ruler, that's probably the most popular ruler. The whole kit would normally run you, the two together would be $99.98. If you want them, we're going to give them to you for $79.99, so that's $20 off the price, I think. I don't know. The big ruler, the 10-inch one, is normally $79.99. If you want it with the fast folds, it's $120. It would be $129.98. We'll give it to you for $105.99, and we'll throw in the other 3 items. You'll pay for 2, and you'll get the tweezers for free. So just let us know if there's anything there that interests you. But we're going to go on and talk about some other things that you can do with the fast folds. I have here the 1-inch and the 1/2-inch that's in the kit. I should read you all the different sizes, or did I do that? Did I read all the sizes?
You started to, and then you got way late.
Oh, and now I've lost the paper. Oh, here it is. The kit includes, okay, 1/2-inch and 1/4-inch binding tool, which we showed you. The 3/4-inch, 3/8-inch binding tool, which is here. That's that one right there. So there's 2. 7/8 and 7/16, which is good for masks. And what I do when I use those is when I do my double deal here, let me show you. I have to go to the floor to find what I'm looking for. I think I had it here. Okay, here we go. This is how we made our straps for our masks. And what we did is we took a twin needle and we put it in our machine, and the twin needle sews both down. You're going to wedge the end of your mask in right here like this, and you start at one end of the strap and you sew all the way with your twin needle all the way down. So it's just 2 passes with a twin needle. And we do that with a thread director, the double thread director, if that is something that will interest you. Dave's going to be asleep here pretty soon. But anyway, that's the 7/8-inch, 7/16-inch. Again, one's a little bit wider than the other. The next size down is, or up, is 1-inch and 1/2-inch. So again, small binding and stuff like that. That's that one right there. So now there's 4. 1/8-inch and 9/16-inch. So you can see they're going up in small increments, but depending on maybe an art quilt, depending on the size of, if it's an American Girl or a Barbie, you're going to need smaller stuff. It's just, you know, 1 1/4 and 5/8-inch. 5/8-inch is perfect for the straps for the little wristlet bags and stuff like that. Drawstrings, for drawstrings bags. Again, if you want a little bit thicker strap. The next one up is 1 1/2 and 3/4-inch.
Wait, what happened, Dave?
Your mom texted you on Facebook, and then she called,
Are
and
we still on?
we're on,
Okay,
but
good.
it interrupts the
The feed.
feed.
Okay, so
And we're not on.
are we on?
I
Yep.
can see her.
Are people waving? Can you wave? Thank you. Okay, we're sorry. We tell people not to call, but they forget, you know.
Yeah, they're like the rest of us. Can't remember nothing.
3/4-inch is really good for, again, smaller bags, things like that. We have the 2-inch and the 1-inch, great for purse straps if you want your finished size to be 1-inch. And then we have the 1 1/8 and the 1 and, oh, this is the 1 1/8 and the 1 1/4 is the binding only 2. So where are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 more. The 2 1/2-inch and the 1 1/4, that's for the other size bag straps, because sometimes we do our bag straps at 1 1/4, sometimes we do them at 1 1/2, which is right. What did I do here? Did I have the 2-inch? Yeah. So the last one is the 3-inch, the 3-inch into the 1 1/2-inch, which is the belt size and the things like that. A smaller belt. We do have one that's bigger, 4-inch. But that's not in the kit. It would be an unusual one to use, and it stands alone. It doesn't have 2 different sizes in it because it's too big. You have to buy them in 2 separate sizes. So that's the whole set right there. The whole set is normally $49.99. We're giving you $5 off. And if you want the extras all thrown in, you're going to get the tweezers for free. We're going to talk about people, we're in the middle of doing our rug master, and it is going to be great because you're not going to have to do any folding. Everything will run through there and it'll automatically fold as it goes into your machine.
Right,
Which is-
even with the batting in it.
Even with the batting in it. And it's going to be, you can go through the double fold. It's really great. And we've been testing it, and it works really, really well. So we have another set coming out, the strap set, which these little guys are going to be thicker. You're going to get 2 pieces in it, which will give you, it'll bring your straps from either you can do them 1 inch or 1 1/4 inches. And that's the most common for most bags and things. So the things that I've used this on obviously are my little portable portfolios where I've done some double straps and I've done some single straps on them. But it just works so nicely. It's like unbelievable, you know. So do we have any questions before I continue?
Unmute yourselves if you have questions.
Yes. No questions?
I'm not-
Am I being clear or is this totally confusing? I know I'm a confusing person. Nothing?
I see nothing.
Is everybody awake? We got to, yeah,
Oh, we have
there's a question.
from
Yay.
Margot. I cannot hear her.
Unmute yourself, Margot.
She is unmuted.
Is your volume down? Can you hear me?
You might have to take your headphones out, Margot.
Unplug your headphones and see if that'll work.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My question is when you get the set, will it tell you how wide to cut all your pieces to use those rulers?
I'm going to tell you right now that when the way you do it is if you want your finished size to be 1 inch, okay, and you're doing 2 folds, you're going to cut your fabric 4 inches wide. So it's the
Right.
biggest, yeah. So you're going to, your finished size is on here, and you're going to double your fabric for it.
Okay.
So
So-
to answer your question, we haven't written instructions yet. So no.
But
Okay.
the video,
No,
but
that's
I will
okay.
write you an email and tell you what to cut your fabric for each one if you want me to.
No, that's
And
okay. We're on metric here. Everything's on metric, and I'm really bad at math.
Me too.
Oh,
just
we
double
can- we
everything
can
that's
make
on
her
there.
a metric set.
That's what I was just
We'll
thinking.
we can make you a metric set. Is that good?
That-
Okay, yes.
No, but everything is in imperial, right? So I should learn. I'll
Well,
learn.
yeah, if you want the set in our system, whatever that is, decimal, what is it, 10, whatever?
You're
Imperial.
Imperial, okay. But if you want them in metric, we'll cut them in metric for you.
We'll keep it imperial. We're
Okay.
good. We're good.
Thank you. We appreciate that very much.
Okay, thanks.
25.4 millimeters per inch, Margot.
Steph is the one that does all the measurements because Dave and I can't measure at all. Dave can cut, but he can't measure, so that's all there
Yeah,
is
he
to it.
can cut, but not measure. He can cut the same thing wrong 18 times.
And the exact same mistake, believe it or not. So we got a point turner on the end here. We've got the 1/4 inch seam allowance etched, so you can cut on your 45 degree. We have a little hole that you can hang them up if you want to. But the V's, if you're left or right-handed, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to everybody over here. Okay, so, hi, here I am. The V's, your iron fits in there, so it'll evenly push it along. And it doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed because you can push left or right way. Just remember that whatever fabric you're working with is closest to your body. The slots are closest to your body. So the sky's the limit on what you can do with these things. As long as you're not burning yourself, that's the most important thing. But
Yeah, see, I wanted to call them G's, V's.
no, I don't think that's good.
I thought it was so good. It was funny.
Yes, but
And
some
it
people don't
rhymes.
have the same sense of humor as we have. If you want the binding only tool, as I said, it's normally I think it might actually be 1049, I think is what it is. But we'll do it for the 849 since I already said that. And the other standalone is the 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, which
is super teeny.
Super teeny tiny, so I didn't put it in the kit because I figured most people wouldn't use it. Was there another question? What are you looking at?
I'm trying to learn everybody's faces
Oh,
with their names.
now will their faces show up on the video or just the demo?
No,
Or do
I
we
have
know?
I have no idea since we've never done it before.
Giving you there she is.
But primarily when
I
I
love
make
you, Margot.
when I make fun of people, I want to call the right person by the right name.
She loves you too. She gave
Oh.
you the heart.
Oh, thank you. Okay, this guy, 23 to 25, is a 2-inch. So that would be a 1 inch and a half inch, right? Here's the 1 inch and a half inch. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do this now.
I think we need to put stickers on them with the numbers.
I think so too.
Big, bright.
Well, we can put hang tags in the holes
We could.
because that wouldn't get in the way. So I'm gonna do this, 2 to the center. I'm gonna make a little strap here that's gonna end up being a 1/2 inch. These are closest to my body. This, my palm up, it's gonna come through right here. If you can't get the fabric through the holes, the scissors really helps. You can just use them to poke through. Because sometimes our hands don't work really good. At least mine don't anymore. I just push this like that. Stripes, it's hard to even tell, isn't it? Well, you can't even see the line.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
and pretty straight too. If I cut straight. I can't rip the pins out with my nails because my nails will pop off. And it's really rough, this quarantine stuff, let me tell you. Okay, there we go. And that's it. So now we'll do the second pass so you can see how fast and easy it is. But now we're down to 1 inch. Now we're gonna go down to a 1/2 inch.
And I like how that one was cut at an angle. I think it'd make it much easier to get through those slots,
Yeah.
especially for, I don't have any nails, fake or not.
Whoops, come back. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work. Yeah, hold there, stay.
There you go.
So Mark, is Marigold, what is her name? Is she asleep on your chest right now?
I think you named her Marigold.
I missed that. She's so cute.
She was sleeping.
She was asleep on my chest. I took her out for a walk. That's why I had 2 devices. And then I put her in her crate so that she could continue napping. And I came to watch the rest of this. So there you go.
Well, we're so glad that you joined us. I hope you're learning something here.
The cutest little thing. What kind of dog is she?
A French bulldog.
I thought so, because usually you have pugs.
I know,
You
but
know
I
how
couldn't
beautiful
find
that
a
is?
pug this time.
My uncle used to have an English bulldog and it used to slobber all over everything and everybody.
They're so cute.
Yes, they are. So he thought he was a lap dog, though, and he weighed over 100 pounds. So that was fast. That's a little wristlet strap or trim or,
I like it when you put it up to you. Like,
well, we were going to use that trim. Here, I'm disappearing again. On the top of a dress, it'd be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Or you don't have to get that close, honey. It's okay. And then, a strap. I could make lederhosen. This would be a cute costume if this was on leather or cork, and we can make cork lederhosens.
well, you go ahead and make them. Halloween's coming.
We're going to do a big extravaganza for Halloween.
Yeah,
I think you missed the royal we, Stephanie. when she goes, we can make them,
Yeah,
Yes.
that means you get
Yes,
to
that
make
does
them.
mean you.
yeah, well,
Yeah, so now it's not such a good idea, is it? One thing I did want to mention
I don't
is that we
garment
have a
sew.
contest. Well, and hopefully these people will. We have a contest, and it's till October the 1st. And what it is this particular purse is called As You Like It. And the interesting thing about it is that the flap actually buttons off back here, and it's reversible. So the contest is not the purse, it's the flap. And what we're going to do is you can do anything you want with the flap. You can do fabric manipulation, embroidery, applique. What else is there? Collage, whatever.
whoever got the, what's that scrunchy stuff that we've had for
Texture Magic.
They can use texture.
You could
Magic.
use Texture Magic, or can show you a way to do it without Texture Magic by just scrunching your fabric and putting it on fusible interfacing.
Well,
It's
or
not
you
cheaper.
can just use the stuff you already want.
Yeah, if you want it, yeah, but not everybody did. So it's reversible and it turns around. You can put a zipper in it, but and then the pattern is normally $12. We have it for 10. That's your entry into the contest. There's only going to be 15 entries unless you already own the pattern, and we're going to have some really good gifts. We're going to be giving away. I'll have it listed on the website, everything that we're going to give away. But at any rate, so this is a fun little deal. If you ever wanted to do any kind of practice, any kind of new techniques, but you didn't want to do a whole quilt or a whole project, this is the best way because it's small. You can experiment, you can screen print, you can paint, you can do whatever you want, and it'll be a lot of fun. You know, so it's called the Flapper Contest. And that ends on October the 1st. And if you would like that pattern so you can enter the contest, it's called As You Like It. And just put a little note someplace or email me at 2crazygals@stephandg.com and spell Steph correctly because I didn't. So, and do we have any other questions? Because I guess I went short. Or something.
Okay, Steph, what size binding tool do you use to bind your quilt? Margot, I use, I always cut my binding maximum 2 1/4 inches.
Somebody's microphone is on.
Well, let me see who it is.
It's Mark.
Oh, Mark?
No, it's not. It's Colleen.
Oh, okay. Hi,
So-
Colleen.
The woman is
Hello.
waving frantically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you have a question?
I do. You went by the prices so fast for your deals.
Yeah.
Can you slowly explain those one more time?
Yes, I can.
And if she explains them slow enough that my one finger typing can, I'll type them in the comments.
So Steph is going to try to type them in the comments as we go. And as soon as I find that little piece of paper, here it is. Okay. If you're just interested in a strip ruler, I have 3 different sizes. This mini,
Couldn't you just hold a piece of paper up and that'd be on the recording?
well, no, because my notes,
Okay.
they're not going to understand my
All right.
notes. Okay.
I'm just,
So
I can't look
item
at it.
number 1201 is the mini strip ruler that is 6.5 by 14 inches. Okay, and it's normally $29.99. We have it for $24.99. Okay,
It's 6.5 by what?
6.5 by 14.
Okay,
Okay,
and it is $24.99.
correct. So you're getting $5 off of that one. The 1202, which is the strip ruler I was using, that's 6.5 inches, up to 6.5 inches wide and 23.5 inches long. That is normally $49.99. You're going to get $10 off of that at $39.99. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. The big daddy, the granddaddy, is the 10.5 inch wide, so you can cut up to 10.5 inch.
1203.
1203, right? 10.5 inches by 23.5 inches is normally $79.99. You're going to get $20 off at $59.99. So obviously for rulers, that's the best deal. Okay, the complete fast fold set is normally $49.99. we're going to do it for $44.99, which is $5 off. If you want a ruler and the fast fold set together, okay, you're going to get the mini one with the fast fold. It would retail would be $79.98 for the two pieces together. We're going to give it to you for $62.50. The
Fast fold set, how much is it?
The fast fold set by itself is $44.99. You're getting a bigger discount if you buy the two together then. The fast fold set and the mini strip ruler at $62.50, which would normally be $79.98. The fast fold with the 6.5-inch ruler, the one that I used during the demo, retail would be $99.98 for the two together. We're giving them to you for $79.99 together. And then the fast fold with the 10.5-inch ruler would be $129.98 retail, and we have it for $105.99. So that's obviously the best deal. Now, if you want to add the fork pins and things, did you get everything? Or are you looking at me? What do you need?
I have only got the small strip ruler with the fast fold set.
Okay, so then that's 1210 is the number for that one.
Okay, what's the fast fold?
1209 by itself.
Okay,
Okay.
it doesn't let me go back in here and edit.
Okay, well, if everybody heard that, 1209 is the complete fast fold set.
Okay,
With
and
no
then I
rulers.
have the small strip ruler with the fast fold set is $62.50.
Yeah, $62.50.
Okay.
And then with the 6.5-inch ruler by 23, that is normally you don't need the normal, it's $79.99. So for the price of just the adjustable ruler at retail, you're getting the fast fold for free, basically.
Carrie Dwyer, did we ship her already?
No.
Okay. Carrie, we can add you then. We can add to yours.
Okay. Yeah, we just got that squared away this morning, so it won't ship till tomorrow. Dave is falling asleep here. He's dying on the vine. Wait, Steph is making a note here, and then we'll finish the list.
Sorry.
That's what, you know.
You should have printed two of those.
You're right, but, you know, we think of these things after. What's sticking to my elbow here? Then we have the accessory stuff, the fork pins, the Roxanne's glue basted, and the tweezers, okay? You can buy them all separately. The fork pins are normally $9. We have them for $7. Roxanne's glue basted is normally $11.90. We have it for $9.90, so $2 off. And the Fuse-A-Weezers they're called. They're normally $7.99. We have them for $5.99. Again, $2 off. If you want to add these to a package, you'll pay for the sale price for the fork pins and the Roxanne's glue basted, and you'll get the tweezers for free.
Okay. I got myself all out of whack here. Cheryl wants to know how long these prices are good for. If we don't order them today, how they can up till Thursday at midnight, right?
Thursday at midnight. Will that work for you, Cheryl? Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, so you can go ahead and now, if you want the complete set of fast folds with the pins, the glue, and the tweezers, the retail price would be $78.88, and we do it for $55. So
now, can I have that list?
sure, you can have this list.
She's bringing me the list, guys.
I'm bringing the
because
list.
I don't really type like at all. So
The good thing about us is we compliment what they're what are you doing?
It's a follow cam.
So if you, what was I going to say? Oh, we compliment each other because I type, she doesn't. She writes patterns. I'm not so good at that. You know, so we really, it's a match made in heaven, kind of. For him, who knows? We're having a good time. Do we have any other questions? We finished early. We are going to have actual specific classes on some of the bigger projects that we're going to do with the fast folds, but I wanted to give you an idea of what you can accomplished with them, which is, it was quite a bit actually, you know. Any other questions?
I don't see anything.
Nobody waving?
They can send their orders to 2crazygals@stephandg.com.
Did you guys hear that? You can send your orders to 2crazygals@stephandg.com. Spell Steph, S-T-E-P-H. I spelled it wrong. Dave spelled it like
And
Grandparents.
is spelled out, so A-N-D.
Yeah, not the ampersand sign, the A-N-D sign. Or not sign. Spell it. Okay, it's getting late. I'm getting tired, obviously. To go over the stuff that's going to happen this week, tomorrow, Steph is going to be showing the expansion set of the Path Easy at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for the live demo, the 15-minute deal. I'll be going through the strip rulers again, just the strip rulers, not the, that's Tuesday. And then on Wednesday,
Stitch and Bitch.
Stitch and Bitch, yes.
Yay.
2 hours of stitching from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock Eastern time. And we're just going to sit down and sew together and have a good time and, you know.
What's the email address again?
I'm doing it now.
2crazygals, G-A-L-S, at stephandgshow.com. And Steph is typing it in right now as we speak. Was there any other questions? And then on Thursday, Steph is going to be demonstrating the full line stencils. That's the ones that you use with the pounce.
Pounce.
And if you've ever seen these demo to just show, it's Bernie that does the demo. He's a crazy guy. Anyway, she has 3 different designs that she has available. So that's good. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Mark.
What is Mark doing?
He says, I'll take 1202. Damn you.
You know, you might not love us, but we love you.
We do love you.
Yes.
And your puppy, because
Yes.
she's so cute.
She's really adorable. Let's see, what else we talked about? We can make dog bones.
Yeah. That means
Steph, I don't cook. Steph cooks, I don't.
That's what that means.
Oh, if anybody watched the show this week, I have the recipe for the pecan tort, and
Not because she's ever gonna make it.
no, but it does have rum in the whipped cream, so that's pretty good.
She might make the whipped cream.
I have the recipe for the lemon meringue pie from the week before.
Also, she's never gonna make.
No, but my aunt was well known for her meringue pie. And what was the third thing? Oh, the pattern for the tooth fairy is someplace. we'll type it out afterwards because I can't remember. Treasury. Treasurie.
Yes.
Yes. www.treasury.com and put in tooth fairy pillow, or we can just send you the pattern. You don't need instructions. It's pretty simple. Was there anything else we need to tell them? Gulp and Garbage, the contest goes till August the 30th. Oh, the flap contest goes to October the 1st. I may have given you the wrong date. I'm confused, but
She's got her shit all screwed up.
that's
again.
right. But the Gulp and Garbage contest is still going on till August the 30th. We would like names other than that because we don't like that name. And then the flapper contest is October the 1st. Please, when you get on Facebook, share, follow, and like us, even if you don't. And because we need followers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Margot has her dog.
Margot, what kind of dog is it? Ooh,
Is that something Cocker Spaniel?
yes, isn't that adorable? Does everybody see it? And
No, it's just us.
Where's
We're the only ones who can
Magnolia?
see it.
no, doesn't everybody see? I
Yes.
don't know. I've never been in one of them.
Mark's giving you the thumbs up. It's a cute puppy.
Yes, that's a cute puppy.
Everybody
Everybody.
likes a puppy.
I've never seen
Suzanne
a dog.
likes
I
the
like
puppy.
Oh, hang
dogs.
on. Bernice has her puppy, which is a poodle.
There is a Bring Your Dog to Work Day coming up. We're going to bring
we're gonna
Dixie.
bring Dixie.
Yeah, and a lot of you probably have met Dixie at shows, but she's gotten bigger now. She's a real cutie. Oh, I should talk to the camera, not the people. And if we have a Bring Your Cat to Work Day, we'll bring Bogart because he's the devil cat. And he's a real pistol, let me tell you.
See
So,
something.
yeah.
Although I think Gracie is my favorite.
She's a cutie, yes.
She's-
Gracie is the cat. And if you've noticed on our Steph and G Show page, the photo at the top or the drawing at the top changes periodically. And right now, the cat is Gracie that's in the drawing. And then the hen is Sunshine, right?
That's, well, it should be a rooster really because he is the nicest rooster.
Well, he was until we got rid of the
Yeah,
other
I got rid of
roosters.
3 other roosters, you know, because they were, listen, one was standing on the duck's back, biting it in the back of the neck.
It was a
Those
love
roosters
bite.
had to go.
Yeah,
So I got rid of 3 roosters, and now Sunshine,
won't
He
let her
he won't
near.
let me hold him or nothing. He's just all fascinated with those damn hens.
And he won't let her near the hens either. So, but the dogs chase him around the pen and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't have any other questions, we will wrap this up a little early and take a nap. So,
And Jen says if anybody wants to know that our customer service is awesome.
thank you very much. We appreciate
So
it.
Jen had a question.
You want to turn on your mic?
Well, no, she typed in a question and Stephanie
That's
didn't
what
read
I
it.
just said.
She said, Jen just said.
Did you send out a link to the class to
Oh,
everyone?
that's
Yes.
someone else. That's Susan. Suzanne, I believe, I'm not sure if he's sent out the link to that yet, but I will send him an email right now, because that's my guy, Bob.
Oh, is this for your next class?
No, this is from the last week when the time got screwed up.
Oh, the link for the video.
Correct.
Okay, if you did not get the link for the video, let Steph know so that they can get it out
Well,
to
I'm
you.
going to send, yeah, I'm going to send Bob a note right
There's
now.
maybe they're just going to send it to, again to everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
Just so you know that next weekend, the expansion set, wait, not next weekend. Where's my list?
I have the list.
No, I meant of the classes. Expansion set is August the 30th. So shoot us an email if you want to be in that class. Applique, everything applique is going to be a long class, but it's going to be on September the 6th. We're going to do the badass binding class again. It's going to be a few hours at least because she has a lot of binding stuff to show you. That's September the 13th. Just shoot an email. Fidget quilts, which is a community service project we're going to work on.
Yes.
And then the
We're gonna
stone
donate
set
our quilts to Westbury.
to the Westbury for Alzheimer's people. Yes.
Yes, because where my father-in-law is.
So if you have somebody that's got dementia or Alzheimer's, these quilts really do help, or a place that you could donate them. We're going to be making some to donate to the local place,
No, nursing home.
nursing home. And then the stone set, the one that we sold last week, Stephanie is going to be teaching a class on that, going through all the different templates
it'll be
and
a
what you can
class.
do with it. And you can do so much with those templates. It's unbelievable. So it's good. So do we have any other questions? Half the people are gone. Their cameras are still on though.
I have a,
I don't see any.
Wait,
Say about,
Wait, stop.
Mary Lynn.
oh gosh, I've forgotten it now. I was gonna,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
is
I did.
Stitch and Bitch gonna be on Zoom or on the Facebook?
Zoom.
Okay,
Zoom. Yeah. Okay.
well,
gonna send a
this-
link to that too then?
Yes.
We're gonna actually put the link on Facebook, I think, right?
Yeah, we're just going to post it on the Steph and G Show page on Facebook. And then anybody can come.
All right, good.
but I think everybody agrees this was much better than the Facebook rooms, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, much
Yeah.
better. Everybody's shaking their heads.
Right, and as we get better, it will also get better.
Well, yeah, that's what we said for about the Steph and G show, and it took us like 10 weeks to finally show it.
That's primarily because you were involved.
Next week.
Dave. I've got to have some.
Next week on the show, it's Chop Suey Day, and we found a recipe for a Chop Suey cake. Not
And
Chop
listen.
Suey. She's happy.
Girl loves to eat.
Yes. And she loves her sweets.
I do.
Yeah. I love sweets too, but I can't do that anymore.
Tell them what you got this morning, Steph.
Ooh, donuts.
Yeah.
They're so
From?
good. From Giant Eagle.
No, from Donut Dick.
Oh, Donut Dick brought the donuts.
Anybody
Margot,
can go to the
you
show.
renamed him, and now he goes out and buys donuts for Steph. You know.
Yeah, so we had maple long johns, right? Is that what they're called?
That's what they're called.
With
And
the
they
stuffing.
stuff them from both ends, not with the Boston cream, with that really nice angel cream stuff. Oh, it's fabulous.
I like Boston cream.
See, I'm not a pudding person.
Do we have anybody here from the Boston area on here? Is anybody? Yes. So you know about Mike's Bakery, obviously, yes? Yes, okay. So you walk down the street in Boston and there's people carrying these boxes from Mike's Bakery. And you go there and the line is unbelievable, but it is so good. They have those lobster things, lobster rolls that are filled with the
Well, I
whipped
wonder if they
cream.
would send us some.
Oh yeah,
They
they
will.
do mail order, definitely. They're a
Clear
fabulous
to
bakery.
Pennsylvania?
Clear, they do across the country.
I need to go there.
Well, yeah, go to the website. The cannolis are just to die for.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're done with the sweets now. Anything else we need to discuss?
Karen Hart says Zoom is much better.
That was it?
Yeah.
All right.
So much better. Thank you very much for joining us. If you have something nice to say, we'd appreciate it. If you don't, please don't. I get my feelings hurt easily.
All right, you're in charge, Steph, so you got to kill it around.
Okay, well, and we'll see you tomorrow to do the live, whatever we're doing.
Pappy's expansion
That's it.
set. Yes.
And until then, have a nice afternoon, a nice evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to stop.
Well, then just tell her
We're stuck here. We
tell
don't
her-
know how to turn off.
Tell everybody to turn on the mics so you guys can chat amongst yourselves.
Yes.
Okay, did I get it?
No, there's people there. I'm still there.
Okay, it says stop video.
That's just the video, but you have to leave the room.
Oh, I have to leave.
Stephanie
the room.
has left the building.